Okay, welcome back to another episode of the Day After Podcast.
What's up, guys? I want to play a game or Brantsteele.
Yeah. So this for this Brantsteele, we are doing Survivor death games. There is a lot of death game genre stuff out there, whether it be video games, books, comics, as well as movies. And yeah, I thought that would be an interesting one to explore because it's like Survivor, except the stakes are, as you know, life and death, as the name applies.
Exactly. It's everyone coming here is going to definitely be I'm going to say a high risk player, because you have to be kind of a high risk player to survive a death game.
Well, I mean, there are different strategies.
Yeah.
I mean, like the goat thing can benefit you if you're smart about it. Yeah, we'll get into some of these people's strategies. I don't know really too much about, I'd say half the people on your on your thing, and I know Kaiji through reputation.
Yeah.
Other than that,
I'm excited for Kaiji. We'll talk about him later, but he's one of the top ones for me.
All right.
Yeah, do we just want to hop into it?
Let's do it.
Okay, so the first person up here is from a video game called Zero Escape, Zero Time Dilemma. And the concept of this is basically there are three groups of three who are all basically taken hostage and put in an underground bunker, and are forced to play, these kind of death games. And they can't escape until 6 of the 9 people are dead. Because every time one person dies, they get like a code which will let them be able to access a way out.
Does it have to be within their room, or is it like?
So yeah, there's 3 different sectors, like areas, and once someone dies, it will announce it to all sections, like that person's dead. Here's their code, kind of thing.
Okay.
And Diana here is a nurse, and she feels very responsible for any time anyone dies. Like her goal is she wants to try to get everyone, out of it alive. So much so that when there's a moment where the game is very, like, there's so many different options you can go, so I might spoil like one potential path. I'm sorry, there's going to be some spoilers here.
Well, I mean, if there's multiple paths and we're talking about a death game, and like especially with video games that have alternate endings, you're only spoiling one potential ending.
Yeah. So there's a potential part where she's given the choice where she can either shoot one of her friends, and it will guarantee someone else safety. But the gun is 50% chance that it will be a blink. So there's a chance that he survives and her friend gets to survive. Or she can choose not to use the gun, and that other friend is just guaranteed to die. Yeah, and what's interesting about the game is that there really is a 50% mechanic in this, where you basically you could not shoot your friend, or you could shoot your friends. There's really, like, it's a complete coin-based decision there.
Interesting.
And if she shoots her friend and it goes off, she feels very responsible that she ends up killing herself. Like she cannot bear the death of anyone on her hands, pretty much. Yeah. So yeah, she's a very morally good person. She wants the best out of everyone. So much so, though, it can bring her to absolute destruction if it doesn't work out that way.
I don't know. I don't think that's going to fit too well on Survivor. I feel she's going to get cut pretty early on.
Yeah, it's very possible. I could see her very much going pre-merge, maybe having some chaotic meltdowns.
Yeah. Sounds like it.
Exactly. Okay, next up we got Jill Tuck from the Saw series, who is the wife of the famous killer Jigsaw.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
and yeah, she's also a bit bit of a villain in the Saw series, and she kind of ends up taking on a bit of John's legacy at certain points. There's a lot of twists and turns where she's kind of the
yeah.
good, kind of the bad. Like it goes all
Well, I mean,
around.
I would say she's kind of like
She's
neutral in it.
she's an anti-hero.
I wouldn't even say that. She's more like, this is my hubby. This one guy's a dick.
Mhm.
I'm going to, like,
Yeah,
so I don't necessarily see her as a villain. I do see
yeah.
her as someone who is kind of like strong in a sense. Like we don't get to like we see a bunch for like in the latter half of the franchise, but yeah, I mean she definitely has moments of resolve and strength.
Mhm. Yeah, I think I'm excited for her. I think she could be a pretty interesting character out here.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, moving on now. We've already talked about him a little bit, but I am so excited for Kaiji Ito to make his debut here on Brantsteele. It is so exciting.
Yeah, he's I don't really know too much about it except like he's a gambler. But I see that anime and him pop up so much on like different top 10 anime lists.
It's a must watch anime. It really is. At least season 1. I will say season 2 not as interesting. But season 1 is like one of the best seasons of anime. Yeah, like the first game that you get that he's introduced to is Ultimate Rock Paper Scissors,
Oh yeah.
where they all get cards that are rock paper scissors, and your goal is to basically win a certain amount of times to get a certain amount of medals to escape, and you'll basically pay off all your debts. Otherwise, you get put into slave trade.
Well,
Yeah, so that's the first game that he gets put into. And Kaiji, despite luck almost never going his way, like he's a gambler, but like if there's just luck involved, it never goes his way. So he has to figure out almost how to guarantee himself to success and how to break the game in a way to get him to not die, because every time that he relies on luck, it never works.
yeah. I can relate to that a little bit. So yeah, he definitely seems very adaptable. I think kind of I agree with you. I definitely think he'll do well here.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Okay, now it's great that the next 3 people are all in a row, because I kind of want to talk maybe a bit about them all together here, because these are the Danganronpa people. Everyone from one of my favorite game series that became an anime as well, Danganronpa. And so yeah, Kokichi, Kyoko, and Nagito. Kyoko is from the first game of the series, Danganronpa 1, where she is the ultimate detective.
Okay.
She's she's very deceptive. She knows, or perceptive. That's what it is rather. And yeah, she's basically your guiding light through the first game. Like she is what like lets you know like, hey, we should be looking at this. This is what we should be doing. Like she's your kind of go-to person for information. And yeah, she's pretty much just a complete badass. Like she's the reason that they end up all surviving. Like not all of them, but the ones that do survive in Danganronpa 1, she's a big reason for it. So yeah, she's exciting. Nagito is in Danganronpa 2, and he starts off seeming like he's going to be a lot like Kyoko, like being that guiding light person, and then he becomes a complete crazy lunatic, as you can see by his picture here. Yeah, he wants to see all of the students who are supposed to be, these ultimates, these great, future people, to basically see them overcome despair. So he tries to help the killers get away with the murder.
Interesting.
Yeah, even though if they get away with it, he dies with them.
Well, you could always maybe it's kind of like, well, maybe if I do this, they won't.
Yeah. And Nagito is the ultimate lucky student. He has tremendous amounts of luck. So much so that this moment right here with the gun, this is the craziest moment because he, in order to basically pass on to like the next stage of like what's happening, he has to play Russian roulette.
Yeah.
And only one bullet is in there, and he's like, you know what, this is too easy, and then he proceeds to load it with 4 more bullets, so there's 5 out of 6 bullets, does it anyways, and survives.
Fucking insane.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, craziest person, or almost craziest person, because then in Danganronpa 3, we got Kokichi Oma, who is very similar to the Nagito character here. He is basically completely crazy. He is the ultimate supreme leader.
All right.
So he has this very evil dictator kind of vibe to him. Like he wants to, he likes to find easily manipulated people and tell them what to do, pretty much.
One of those episodes.
Exactly. He basically takes the whole killing games as a fun game. Like he wants to win the game at any cost, that he's willing to kill himself, but then have the trial be about him potentially still being alive. Yeah, very, very crazy. Like that was his way of trying to win the game, was that.
Sometimes sometimes there's a lot of leap in logic in anime, to those who don't watch anime. Sometimes it's part of the charm.
Mm-hmm.
But shit like that.
It's a very weird trial. I will say it is like the whole trial is about, is Kokichi alive or is this other person alive? That's the whole trial is that.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Definitely seems like he'll cause some trouble on the tribes.
Oh yeah. He's definitely a mischief maker, that's for sure. Okay, so yeah, that's the Danganronpa peeps. I'm excited. I wanted to make sure I got one from each of the games because they're most of them don't really carry over. Kyoko does. She appears a little bit in the second game, but not much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Next up from Squid Game, another person I was very I'm putting this person on if Ryan doesn't pick him, pretty much. That was my thing, and that is Oonam, one of the best characters in Squid Game, in my opinion.
I'm still tempted. Obviously, you need to see Squid Games if you haven't yet. For those of you watching at home, he is definitely a highlight, and there are just some things that get revealed within the series that just makes his character even greater. But basically, he's someone where during the games he's having a blast. He's he's the one that's smiling playing this death game of red light, green light. He's all in. He starts going his old man pace, and then when they're red light, he stops with a big old smile. Ooh.
He's having the time of his life playing these games.
Yeah. And this man makes you feel, watching it, all the emotions. And we can't really, it's hard to say everything. I don't know if any of you would be, because part of the reason why he's so great at this game, there are story things of I
feel like we should just say it because I feel like it is so important to his character, and it's definitely one of those things. If you are afraid of spoilers, just skip to.
Also, how with the internet and everything have you avoided it?
Exactly. Just watch Squid Game and come back to this, or just skip ahead a little bit.
Turns out He actually runs the Korean Squid Games. There, at least as far as we know, there's like an international thing where they do a bunch of them. But given like context clues, he pretty much runs those, and he plays kind of like he's a master manipulator by playing this like kind of aloof old man, and takes pity and all of that. So Ilnam is very manipulative, but like I would say there are subtle clues throughout, but at the same time, like like you wouldn't really expect it, and like he's pretty much brilliant in that way. And then all of that being like, oh yeah, I just really wanted to have fun playing these games, and he's definitely an interesting character to say the least.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm rooting for Olanam as well. He's one of my top choices here moving forward.
Nice.
Okay. Next up, we got from the Hunger Games franchise, we got Peeta Milark. Now, I'm actually going to say something. I've never watched the Hunger Games.
Really?
None of the Hunger Games.
I would say read the books. Well, the first two are good. The third one is also good, but not as great. And the fourth one, they kind of, it wasn't as, the fourth one ended on a fizzle.
Yeah, I heard that there's a drop in decline with it anyways. At least in terms of popularity, I noticed that in the later it was less hyped. But like Twilight was like hyped like at the end. Like I almost look at Twilight and Hunger Games in a similar vein of being these books that got translated into big blockbuster movies.
I mean, especially because they both kind of came out, well, obviously Twilight a little bit during the YA craze, because like everyone was like everyone knew Harry Potter was going to end soon. Everyone wanted to be the next Harry Potter when it came to the YA genre and everything. And I would say that Hunger Games is still worth a watch, though. Just bear in mind the movie ends on a fizzle.
But I ultimately chose Peeta because I like the actor who plays him, Josh Hutcherson. Yeah.
There is some things I can, since I do know Peeta. So basically, he's someone where he comes from a baker's family in this district, District 12, which is like the coal mining district in this post-apocalyptic world of Panem. And he is pretty much in love with Katniss. He's pretty much a pacifist. He might do something if the opportunity, presents itself, but he's not really one for conflict. He is someone where he's actually really good at camouflage, and like he's caring, and he's like he's someone where I'm like, yeah, I'm all there. He's like the guy. He's like the guy that has a big crush on a girl and will do everything for them. And yeah, I'll admit, especially when I was reading these books, I related a lot to Peeta. And also, the blonde, kind of like male. There's some similarities, but I like Peeta. I'll admit, like, you feel bad for him, but like, he's loyal. I'd say that's one of his biggest attributes.
Got it. Maybe he'll get some sympathy votes in the end if he's with. I can
kind of see him be goated.
Yeah. He seems like he'll probably be a little passive around maybe when he should be a little more aggressive.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Next up from Mortal Kombat. I like Mortal Kombat, great game series. But we got Sonya Blade, who's pretty much just a badass soldier who just, is able to, be killing these, big brutish guys. And she's like, I don't care. I'm just going to go do it.
Oh, yeah. Sonya's badass.
Yeah. Yeah. There's not too much to it because I haven't really watched too much of the movies of Mortal Kombat.
Well, I've only seen the one that came out last year, and
Yeah.
it's mostly she was like basically like she's smart, she's resourceful, and
Yeah.
even if she wasn't like chosen at first in the movie, like she's like I'm still like I forget exactly how she got tied in with everything, but like she still considers it her fight.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, just pretty much a badass that I wanted to put on the strive for the females. That's gonna hopefully, it can win some immunities or something, kind of be a physical threat.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, from Kakegurui, we got Yumiko Jabami. Probably mispronounced so many things in what I just said there. But yeah,
Yumeko Jabam. Yeah,
Jabami? Yeah.
Yumeko Jabami.
Yeah, I don't know. But have you seen Kakegurui?
I have not.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It gets compared to Kaiji a lot because it's also it's all about gambling and everything. And basically, Yumiko goes to the school where they take gambling very seriously, so much so that people are betting their livelihood on just simple schoolyard games, pretty much.
Sure.
Yeah.
So it's like, so essentially, if Squid Games and Hogwarts had a baby,
yeah,
this would be it.
yeah. And Yumiko does end up losing her life at some point. So she has to basically give her life away to someone else, like by a contract. It's a very weird system where basically some of the losers will like be sold off to richer men and women to be married, pretty much. As yes, they're selling people, pretty much. Very, very dark. Yeah. And she loses this and has to then like serve this one person, but ends up winning against that first, like another gamble against that person to then switch the roles and get out of it.
All right.
But yeah, it's yeah, like that's like one of the things that happens. There's like this council of really elite gamblers, and one of them like wants someone to beat them in a legit death game, like where they will die. There's no other thing. They just but like this council person wants to lose because they want to experience that thrill instead of winning all the time.
Gee. Okay.
Yeah. And Yumiko is very sadistic when it comes to gambling. There always comes this kind of evil look in her eyes when she knows that she's got the person cornered, and she almost gets off on like the idea of them losing. Like she enjoys that so much. It's the biggest thrill in the world.
Survivalism and anime.
Yeah.
Like I said, sometimes leap of faith, but that is part of the charm of a lot of like characters that face death like that.
Exactly. Yeah, it's definitely someone who I think is going to be playing these high risks. Like she if she's in a gambling situation and she's like, oh, I have a 1% chance to win this, she'll probably take that 1% chance because it's more interesting if she wins that than if she takes any other chance.
I mean, fair. High risk, high reward.
Mm-hmm.
Some people get off on that.
Yeah. Okay, that does it for my tribe. Let's move on to yours.
All right, so we have people from a bunch of different stuff. So I'll explain. So first up, we have from the Saw franchise, Amanda Young, who started off as she was in the famous reverse bear trap, and she was the only one up until that point that we knew of that survived one of Jigsaw's game. And she became pretty much his apprentice. And the thing is, Amanda kind of, she might have survived, but at the same time, like she wasn't fixed in that regard. Then again, she also had like one of the easiest games to like pass, where she just had to like open up someone else in order to get the key. She herself didn't have to, you know, chop off any of her limbs or something. So her game was like relatively easy compared to other people, but still, you know, she's ruthless. She kind of has a mind of her own, like, you know, she can be a little ill-tempered and like, you know, blow up. And, you know, even beside that, she can still be loyal, but not loyal to a fault. She can be, you know, vindictive. Like she still believes in a cause, but at the same time, like, no, I want to do it my way because like, yeah, your way is kind of right, but it's also bullshit.
Yeah. She was actually going to be on my list if you didn't pick her. She was going to be my you know, person of choice.
Yeah.
But I'm excited that you brought her. She's definitely going to have someone on her tribe that she's not going to like. Very clear.
There was part of a reason I chose both of them together.
Yeah.
But yeah. But he's like, it's funny. We actually have someone XYZ.
Yeah, that's true.
Small thing, but at the same time, I thought it was kind of like funny that just happened just looking at the screen.
Yeah.
All right, next up, also from Squid Games, we have Cho Seng Wu. He is pretty much, we've already talked about other stuff from Squid Games. So basically, he's the only one that knows Gion from the like outside world, and like, you know, basically he was made up to be like this successful guy, but it turns out he was just like in crippling debt, and like he didn't want to return home because he was considered a failure. And so yeah, he signed up for these, and then you see him like he's this very smart person, and then you start to see how ruthless he can be, like in the sense of like it's one thing to be a villain and be shitty, but when you feign being a good guy and then start doing villainous shit, then that's that kind of makes you worse.
You see a lot of those red flags early on, and when it finally becomes like he can't hide it anymore, like it's the marble game with him is just the most brutal.
Oh yeah. Even like I'd say even with the honeycomb challenge, like, you know, like he could have like, you know, like in that moment he could have definitely did something different, but you know, like purposely did not.
You could have told everyone you could get triangle, like it's that simple.
I actually watched a game theory video of like all of them were kind of stupid. All you needed to just work together and y'all would have been fine. There were games where there was, you know, guaranteed death, but at the same time, like there was nothing restricting any of you, you know, working together, and all of you as much as you could making it through to the end, which I kind of also thought as well. But you know,
exactly. If you have more people come the fifth challenge, you're definitely going to, you know, have a better chance of survival.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like but at the same time, I think when it also plays into like the theme of it all is like greed and desperation and all that stuff.
And also, you know, if a lot of people survive, then they only get a little bit of money for potentially still dying.
Exactly. But at the same time, you have less. We talk about the meat shield strategy a lot in Survivor. All of those people are your meat shields.
Exactly.
Potentially. So yeah, I'm interested to see. Ever since I saw Squid Games and like we were doing like fantasy stuff, there have been times where I was like, "Ooh, it would be cool to bring you know, Song Woo or bring Gion." But yeah,
I'm excited for season 2. Apparently they announced it, like that we're going to work on it.
It's interesting whether it's going to be like more international stuff or if it's, you know, just going to be another Korean one.
It's hard to say. I know that when Squid Game came out, they wanted a US Squid Game, like a purely like this is like a US property for Squid Game.
I mean, like
I don't know if that's happening.
They could still, why not just like attach both of them? Because like like I said, the way some of the people were talking, the people that were kind of like spectating, it was like, yeah, the Koreans always do put on the best ones, which kind of implies that there are games across the world.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, there's people that speak English in Squid Game, like the rich people are clearly, like it's possible that they're going to a bunch of Squid Games. Like that's
exactly
that's their thing.
Exactly. All right. Next up, we have Finnick Odair from the Hunger Game franchise. Now, Finnick, he starts off as this like cocky bad guy. Well, here's the thing. So there's a little difference between the books of Hunger Games and the movies.
Okay.
So in the Hunger Game franchise, basically there are 12 districts, and there are some that have more of a chance of winning than others, some districts, and they're called careers because basically the districts are like, yeah, we're going to train these people for the games. So they keep on winning. And now in the books, it's District 1, 2, and 4, Finnick belonging to District 4. However, in the movie, they were like, yeah, it's just 1 and 2. Which kind of makes sense in a way because they introduced Finnick, who Finnick is someone where he's this kind of like cocky surfer guy, like very handsome and all that stuff. And at first you're like, oh man, this guy. But then you start to like peel away some of that and see like, he is a damaged individual, and he also really cares about, another survivor of it. And like you can see, he's not just like looks and a cocky attitude. He does care about people. He is willing to fight, and he's willing to use what he has to his, not necessarily even his advantage, but for a bigger cause. And he's someone where he doesn't really much care for money. What his currency is secrets. And that plays a little bit into some things later on in the stuff. But basically his weapon of choice, since he's from District 4 is like the fishing district, he carries around a trident, and trident's a fun weapon to use.
That's gnarly.
Yeah. But he's pretty cool. Yeah.
Cool. We'll see how Finnick Odair does. He's got some other Hunger Games peeps here, so maybe we'll have a bit of a Hunger Games alliance.
Maybe. We'll see. But we've heard of Hunger Games, and when Hunger Games came out, it got compared a lot to another franchise, so much so that people accused of Suzanne Collins of ripping it off. It's Battle Royale, which is, yes, admittedly a much more superior film / comics. But like basically, Japanese government is so bad, and one thing they do is they take a random class, a random high school class each year, and basically make them fight to the death. And the first person with some exceptions, and one of the exceptions is this person, who is Kazuo Kiriyama. And basically, he's one of the sadistic people that signed up for it. He was because they're called like transfer students, and basically there's a way to sign up for these games, and like he's basically like the main bad guy in there. He's sadistic. He gets a thrill for kills. And he's a little flashy too with it. Yeah. He doesn't really talk throughout the entire movie. But yeah, he's messed up. One scene in particular is he gets cornered because they're like, yeah, we don't know you, so we're going to take care of you. And then basically what he does is he spits a piece of gum in someone's face, grabs his gun, and then just kills everyone that surrounded him. The dude's a badass.
Wow. Yeah, he is giving me a bit of a JD vibe from our Fantasy Island 3 in terms of, I think, what we might expect from him.
Yeah.
Definitely someone who's trying to get control and wanting to dominate the game his way.
Exactly. Wait, have you not seen Battle Royale?
I haven't. No.
Definitely watch it.
Yeah,
It's an
yeah, this
amazing.
sounds interesting.
It's an amazing movie.
Uh,
Though do not watch the sequel. The sequel is like cringe.
yeah, is it as bad as Grease 2? That
I haven't
sequel.
seen Grease 2,
Oh,
but like trust me, I'm not gonna
okay, yeah.
I'm not gonna get into it, but yeah, just
No,
watch the
yeah.
first one.
Okay,
All right.
sounds good.
Next up, from Dead Man Wonderland, we have so I refer to him as Crow all the time. So Kiyomasa Senji, also known as Crow. So in Dead Man Wonderland, basically there's this amusement park where you can where basically it has criminals and they can compete in death games and stuff like that. And everyone kind of has this collar on as well if you're a death row inmate. And basically you have to ingest this antidote called candy every 3 days, or poison gets squirted out your entire body. And you don't just get candy, you have to earn it, like by participating in games. And it goes deeper because there are these people that can control their blood and stuff. I'm forgetting the name because it's been a hot minute since I watched it.
Yeah, I'm the same. I watched this way back in like high school. So
I watched it in high school originally when it came out on Toonami, and then I watched it again like I think in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's so great because like he's one of these people that can control their blood, and what he does is basically he makes these like side blades on his like forearms, and he basically has a catchphrase dead center because like he basically can like target it. He's like really really cool and badass. He's introduced kind of as a psycho, but when you boil it down, he's someone that kind of like trains the protagonist, even though even though he has like reasons not to like the protagonist, like he respects him. It's like and like he totally ignores those reasons too. It's like, oh no, sweat, man, this stuff happens down here. And he originally was a cop, and I don't really know much of his backstory other than that. But basically, like he is a good guy. It's just like people that have this, I believe it was called Dead Man ability, pretty much get targeted to be a part of their games, and so he was there. But yeah, I think he's like rude and stuff like that, but he has a moral code, and
he's about as good as it can get when you look at death row inmates, people who are literally
he's definitely an anti-hero.
Yeah, exactly. I'm hoping he does good. I feel like he's got some Grimjow qualities in terms of his character type. I just hope he does better than Grimjow.
I hope he does too. We'll see. All right, next up, also from Battle Royale, we have Mitsuko Soma. So she is also kind of like an antagonist throughout the game. However, she is very, very deep, and especially if you watch one of them, because there's like the extended cut and the regular. Watch the extended one, because it kind of dives into her backstory. And like, so basically she's perceived as like, oh, the pretty popular girl. The thing is, she's not popular. She's just kind of like, she's just like pretty, and everyone is just like, screw you. And she kind of like takes that out on people, and she's not afraid to like use her sexuality to kind of like lure people in. She's also someone you shouldn't really trust, and she's definitely a strong player throughout that. And there's like this one moment, and I don't want to like spoil it within the extended one specifically, where I remember watching it in class, and like I never looked at the character the same way again. So yeah, I definitely think she's going to be a strong player throughout this.
Nice. Yeah, I'm excited. Haven't seen the movie, but she seems like she's going to bring a lot of good qualities to this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Very cool.
All right, next up.
I know this person.
We got Rue from Hunger Games. In Hunger Games, she's from District 11, and that's the agriculture district. And she was pretty much Katniss's the best friend out there. And you know, because Rue, spoiler alert, doesn't make it, it kind of like makes everything else. And she was kind of like the catalyst for the rest of the franchise, basically, because Rue was innocent. She was like very kind, very soft spoken, and you know, like she didn't belong in the games, and like she, you know, like you knew going in, it basically like it was a death sentence for her going in. One reason I was kind of attached because she reminds me of one of my little sisters, Dominique, who, you know, also was kind of like shy, stuff like that, soft spoken. So like it was kind of like, you know, I got attached because of that, but great character. And I feel like especially in death games, you need a bit more. You need like at least one innocent
Yeah, you need a moral compass somewhere.
Especially because if you look at my cast, I would say there's only like 4 good guys. Well, I would say.
Yeah, I mean it's the same. Like there's a lot. Like the evil people are more fun in death games.
There's like 3 good guys, 1 anti-hero, and 1 person that's like, I'm just here to just survive.
Yeah.
All right, but Rue.
Yeah, I know Rue's death somehow, like that. Like, I haven't seen the movies, but like her death is one of the most iconic like
moments from it. Yeah,
of Hunger Games that everyone knows, like what that is. Yeah,
of course. All right, next up from Saw 2, we have Xavier.
I just watched Saw 2.
You did?
Yeah, like when my power went out, actually, I watched Saw 2.
It's definitely one of the, I'd say it's definitely one of the best out of the franchise, if not the best.
Yeah.
And part of the reason was like this guy, he was kind of like an antagonist within the group of people. So basically in Saw 2, there's this house that everyone's trapped in. And there's this toxic gas that is being kind of like pumped in there. And it's like a slowly, you know, kills them. And so they have to go around the house and find these antidotes. So when the front doors unlock, they can leave. And he's someone where he's like, he tries what he says, like, yeah, well, why don't we just bust down the door? And then like the doors are like, you know, made of metal. And he's definitely like an antagonist within the group. And when each person kind of had like a specific challenge or game tailor fit to them, when he sees he throws Amanda in there. It's like, so it's this pit of needles because he used to be a drug dealer and he had to find like this thing to unlock a door, a needle that was kind of like a key. Yeah. And so he's like, I'm not going in there. So he throws Amanda in there. He's like, you're going to get it now. He's determined. He's not afraid to use people or kill people to like survive.
Yeah.
Also,
he's a classic meathead.
Yeah. Also, you know, he's someone where I kind of wanted, you know, usually I have more like intellectual villains, but I wanted someone, not saying like the other guys aren't buff, but he's definitely like, you know, like you said, the meathead.
Yeah.
Out of the bunch.
Exactly. Do you want to know a fun, interesting fact about Saw 2?
What?
It was originally written not to be a Saw movie. It was another person who wrote a movie about a bunch of people trapped in like this escape room house, pretty much. And they liked it, but thought that there needed to be like an extra bit to it. And then they ended up working with Twisted Pictures, the production company of Saw, and ultimately they changed the script to be Saw 2.
You know, that's how Hollywood works sometimes.
Yep.
A similar thing, or I'm pretty sure this is what happened with the Child's Play remake, where they really wanted to do something about like an AI doll messing stuff up. And it was like, Child's Play. But it's not Child's Play.
Yeah,
but
well, At least this one made sure that Jigsaw was a part of it. Like they actually did change enough of it to where it's like you probably like you don't notice unless you know that fun little fact. But when you actually then think about it, from like it's a very different Saw compared to the other Saws.
They are. I'd say the only one that's well, actually, I'd say they're for most of the original Saw movies before they tried to like I wouldn't say reignite the franchise. So like Jigsaw and Spiral.
Yeah.
Most of the games are like, one person going through a lot of stuff. This was one of the few where it's a bunch of people all playing the game at once.
Yeah.
So
it's more of an ensemble than like a very like character. Like here's the main character and here's Jigsaw and maybe we'll have a cop trying to do something.
But thank you for that bit of info. I'm definitely going to use it. When I want to impress some horror peeps.
Exactly.
All right. Next up, we have from this one movie called The Condemned. Have you seen it?
I actually have, because I'm a big fan of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Exactly, because I was about to say, like, I was like, he's either seen it or like he needs to see it.
Yeah, it has been a while, so I don't know when the last time. Well. Yeah, okay.
Like for me, like it was 2007 or 8.
Yeah, it was like when it came out. I remember. In fact, this is how crazy this was. This was when Netflix was doing giving it to you in DVDs, not a streaming site. And I remember watching this through Netflix when they gave me the DVD.
I got it through Redbox, or my mom did. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so basically, The Condemned. It's like think of like Suicide Squad, but kind of like a death game, except they're regular criminals. And basically they get 10 criminals and they're like, oh, we're going to live stream it and everything and get a bunch of money doing that. And one of the criminals is Yacentois. I don't remember how to pronounce her name. That's just kind of like my crack at it. But basically, so in the game, kind of instead of like a collar, what they have like a ankle, kind of like one of those ankle bracelet things that you would get if you were under house arrest.
Yeah.
And basically, there's an explosive there. However, what makes this thing different than kind of like something like Battle Royale is that if there's this little like tag that if you remove it, the thing will go off in 10 seconds. And her strategy throughout it was to pull people's tags and just run away. And stuff pretty like smart. That. Which made her very memorable. I was like, ooh, when we were doing like a death game thing, I was like, ooh, she would be interesting. Because she does it quite a few times. And one time in particular was kind of funny. So yeah. If you haven't seen The Condemned, if you're a fan of death games, definitely watch it. It's a good one.
Yeah, exactly. One of the few times Stone Cold Steve Austin also ever acted.
Yeah. All right. Last but not least, so have you seen the escape room movies?
I have not. They're
all right. I still think they're worth a watch, but it is kind of in a way watered down Saw.
That's how I felt about it. Yeah, I saw the trailer for the latest one that's coming out, and I thought it looked stupid.
Well, I'll talk about it more in a second.
Yeah.
So, from the Escape Room franchise, we have Zoe Davis, and basically she's this, kind of like shy nerd and stuff. She was kind of a survivor of this plane crash incident, and she basically gets invited to participate, but like they didn't know that the escape rooms were actually deadly. They were just like, oh hey, here's this box, and then like you solve it and then you get invited to participate. And she's the protagonist throughout it, and she's smart, she thinks outside the box a little bit, and obviously she survives because she's in the sequel, and the sequel they do like a Tournament of Champions one. And so like I think if you haven't seen them, yes, they're not like hardcore gore or anything, but I feel like it's you know, like the first one is interesting, and like especially if you like escape rooms and stuff, it's fun to kind of watch them like navigate it. The second one, I would say like some of the traps were better, but story wise, they did one thing where I'm like, nah, fam. But well, you know, regardless of that, I think she's a good protagonist. She's smart. She is loyal to friends and allies, and like she is kind of like similar to I forget who the first person you introduced. Was it Claire?
Diana.
I don't know where I get Claire from.
She does look like a Claire. I will give you that.
Yeah. But Zoe is someone where you know, like she would try and get everyone out alive if she could.
Yeah.
Cool, all right.
Cool. So who's your favorites on your tribe?
I'd say my favorites are Mitsuko or Mitsuko, Rue, and and Song Wu. I'd say those are my top three.
Yeah. I think I'm rooting for Song Wu. I kind of want to see Xavier at least make the merge. I don't know. I wouldn't say I want him to win, but I kind of want to see him be a villain through the little bit of the post merge.
Yeah. I will give an honorable mention. Like I'd say I do have 4 people I'm rooting for. The other one is Crow, or I'm just gonna call him Kyo. But I'm gonna call him Crow.
Yeah, you can call him Crow. His nickname in the game is Crow.
Yeah. I'd say it's those 4.
Yeah, I'm also rooting a bit for Amanda because she was actually going to be on my list otherwise, so I'm rooting for her a bit.
Nice.
But what about my tribe? Anyone stand out?
I would say Nagito is definitely one, and Pita, because he's like me in the Hunger Games universe.
Yeah.
Except I feel like I would do more in that sense, but like who I was way back in the day when I was reading the books. But I kind of want Pita to live. Or I kind of would like to see him do well.
If you go home in this game, you die. That's that's going to be the rule we create here.
Well, not really.
Not really. But okay. I mean, I'm probably rooting for Kaiji and Kyoko.
All right.
I'd say that.
All right. Well,
let's get into it here. Okay, and the Nuku Tribe wins rewards.
Nice.
So good on them. They won a toolkit, and Rue found the legacy advantage.
Oh no, those are cursed.
That means she's probably getting voted out. Okay, I had no alliances. No alliances. Who wins immunity? And the Nuku Tribe wins immunity. They also influence. Okay, Kokichi and Ilnam bond strongly.
I feel like they would.
Yeah, I could see that. You know, Ilnam is trying to tap into his inner child, like you know, with Kokichi.
Yeah, participates in death games for fun. So
yeah, exactly. Kyoko and Nagito have a small fight.
That doesn't seem like that's going to end well for one of them.
Yeah, I'm afraid for both of them. A new alliance force between Kokichi and Ilnam. Okay.
Nice.
I like this alliance.
Same.
No events occur on your tribe. You guys won immunity and was like, okay, we're good.
Fair enough.
Okay, so it's either Nagito or Kyoko, which I don't like.
Well, it's in the cards. If it's in the card, who knows? It could be someone that didn't get mentioned.
Yeah, I will say it's also game changers, so watch out for any potential tied votes.
All right.
First vote goes to Jill. Second vote goes to Ilnam.
No.
Third vote goes to Jill. Fourth vote goes to Ilnam.
I'm sorry, Jill, you have to go. There's just no way.
Fifth vote goes to Jill. Sixth vote goes to Ilnam.
Jill has to go.
Seventh vote goes to Jill. Eighth vote goes to Ilnam. Ninth vote goes to Jill.
Oh, I love how you mentioned the whole tie thing, and now this is happening.
Wow. Why are we doing vote one rock draws? Why?
I guess it might have been some doing for the people that love random bullshit.
Yeah, well, I will say Nagito is the ultimate lucky student. So this, I don't think it's him. I think that's his plan.
Oh no. Well, from what you said, it seems like Kaiji.
Yeah, he does not have great luck.
Who is it?
It's PETA!
Ah!
Oh.
Oh no.
Wow.
PETA?
Right away, we lose PETA Milark. Who voted who here? Jill, Kaiji, Kyoko, Sonya, and Yumiko voted Ilnam, and Diana, Ilnam, Kokichi, Nagito, and PETA voted Jill.
Well, that is not good for those four.
Yeah, not good for Ilnam. He might be on the chopping block next. Okay, well, let's move on here. Nagito finds the hidden immunity idol.
Nice.
Nice. And that's still doing good over there. And Kazuo finds the Nuku Tribe hidden immunity idol.
That's not good.
The crazy
That is
guys
not good.
who are going to cause havoc both have the idol. Okay, still no alliances over there. But the Mana Tribe wins immunity. They also win a fishing kit with a raft waiting at the winning tribe's camp. This is good because Oonam might have gone home if this hey went here.
Probably.
Yumiko has a major meltdown.
Okay.
Yeah, she's upset that she can't go to tribal because she was so excited to vote someone off.
Well, there will be plenty of times for that.
Ilnam and Yumiko have a small fight. Yeah, she was going to get Ilnam out of there. And Nagito and Yumiko find something in common.
They both cray-cray.
Yeah. Okay. Finnick has a major meltdown.
Oh no.
Finnick has another major meltdown.
I've never seen it happen twice to the same person in the same thing.
That's hilarious.
Why?
He really was having a tough time out there. Okay.
Damn.
Who's going home? Is it Finnick?
That's the only like real depth. There was no other like fights or anything.
Yeah.
That's all we really have to go on. I don't want to be Finnick, but shit.
First vote goes to Amanda. Second vote goes to Finnick. Third vote goes to Finnick. Fourth vote goes to Amanda. Fifth vote goes to Finnick. Sixth vote goes to Amanda.
Are they going to tie it up again?
Seventh vote goes to Finnick. Eighth vote goes to Amanda.
These people are stupid if they...
Ninth vote goes to Finnick. And then
why? You morons!
Welcome to Death Game.
All right, let's see who...
Okay, who could potentially get the rock here?
Someone good, because all these people are great.
Oh, Xavier!
Damn.
Oh.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, no.
That's...
I really wanted to see Xavier make it to the merge.
Ah, damn. That actually sucks a lot.
Wow, I think we got robbed of a great villain.
We did. We totally did.
So Crow, Finnick, Kazuo, Rue, and Zoe voted for Amanda, and Amanda, Mitsuko, Song Wu, Xavier, and Yasantwa voted for Finnick. So Amanda is in trouble here, but I believe we're getting a tribe swap here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. They did that. I just remember in Survivor Game Changers, wasn't the first episode like a two-parter?
Yeah, it was a two-parter, and then episode 2 was the tribe swap. But they just didn't make this episode 1, part 2.
Oh well.
I don't know.
All right, here comes the switch up.
Okay. So the new Mana Tribe is Diana, Jill Tuck, Kazuo Kiriyama, Rue, Yumiko Jabami, and Zoe Davis.
All right, it's even. I forget who voted how, but it's something where Kazuo has a idol, and the Mana tribe idol has already been found, so
Yeah.
could spell trouble.
Yeah, I could see the girl trying to team up, vote Kazuo, and if he does play his idol or doesn't, like I think that might be the outcome of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, the Nuku Tribe. We got Cho Seng Wu, Kiyomasa Senji, Kokichi Oma, Nagito Komeda, O Ilnam, and Yasantwa.
This is probably Ilnam's saving grace.
Yeah. Yeah, he got to be with his friend Kokichi still.
Yeah. I will say I find it interesting because obviously math, we have like each team is an even split.
It's exactly even, yeah.
That never happens.
I know,
especially
right?
With 3 tribes.
Yeah, this is great. This means that we're really probably going to get an end game that's very mixed up.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, and then the Tavua tribe is Amanda Young, Finiko Dare, Kaiji Ito, Kyoko Kirigiri, Mitsuko Soma, Sonya Blade, and that's it.
Interesting. I feel like because there might be an Amanda Finnick war, and it's like whoever can recruit the other peeps.
Yeah, I think this is the most likely for your tribe to kind of fight it out here. Like I see these two still going at each other, and then Kaiji, Kyoko, and Sonya might just take control of the tribe at that point.
I can see that.
Okay. So nothing there. Nothing there.
Please, there's so.
Nothing there. Okay, let's see who wins immunity. And the Mana tribe wins immunity. They also win a tarp and a choice between comfort items or seasonings. Second place tribe will win what the winners, first players did not choose.
All right.
And Tavua tribe wins immunity.
So Ilnam's team is going to tribal.
Yep. Yumiko has a major meltdown again.
Oh my.
She really wants to go to tribal. She's really upset that she can't vote people out.
First world problems.
Yeah. Kokichi and Yasantwa bond slightly.
All right. It feels like definitely working the social game.
Yeah. And Kokichi rests at camp to restore his energy.
All right.
Finnick finds the Tavua tribe hidden immunity idol.
Nice.
Got a lot of power on this tribe now. Finnick and Kyoko have a small fight.
Well,
yeah, he's trying to get someone to get votes on him, I guess.
Maybe. Well, it's Nuku that's going. I'd say this might actually be very bad for Song Wu or Crow, because I can see, Kokichi being like bringing in Yasantwa and then being like, hey, let's get rid of your old peeps.
Yeah, I can see that just doing that. So I'm going to say Crow. I'm going to say I think this might be Crow. Unfortunately, I don't want it.
Or not Song Wu either. There's no one.
First vote goes to Crow.
I swear to God.
Second vote goes to Ilnam.
Is it going to be in the same place that
third vote goes to Crow?
Is it going to be the same place?
Fourth vote goes to Ilnam.
Or we better be getting a fucking tie.
Fifth vote goes to Ilnam. One vote left.
I'm down for a tie here.
And Ilnam goes. The first person properly voted out of the game.
That kind of sucks, though.
What happened to Kokichi? He had. Okay, so he at least voted with Ilnam, but Nagito choosing to betray the alliance.
Damn.
He decided that Ilnam and Kokichi were too close.
Well, Kokichi is kind of screwed here.
Yeah, I think he's probably the next one if they go.
Yeah.
And I thought he was just playing a great game, and then all of a sudden his closest ally goes home in episode 3.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
Okay, reward challenge. And the Mana tribe wins reward. They win peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, cookies, and milk.
Nice.
And the Nuku Tribe wins reward. They win peanut butter and jelly sandwiches only.
Will that fuel them to victory?
The Mana Tribe wins immunity. So it does for them.
All right. So this is the interesting one.
It could go a lot of ways. They could vote as total tribes, as original tribes, as just a random like, let's just get rid of this person like at tribal.
The Malcolm, this always reminds me of the whole Malcolm elimination. Like,
yeah. Diana has a major meltdown. She is upset that her winning streak has sent another person home.
It's the way.
And Diana and Zoe have a small fight.
I feel like these would be the last two to fight.
Yeah, I feel like they would get along the most. Kokichi is impressing the rest of the team.
All right.
Crow and Yasantwa have a major fight. And a new alliance forms here between Cho Seng Wu, Kokichi, Nagito, and Yasantwa. And Yasantwa works hard at camp and becomes tired.
Well, why do they want to get rid of Crow?
Yeah, it doesn't look good for Crow. They might throw Crow under the bus at this tribe.
Why do they hate Ryan so much?
Mitsuko has a major meltdown.
I'm kind of there with you, Mitsuko.
And that's all that happens on that tribe.
I don't know. Anything could happen here.
Yeah, it can go a lot of ways.
There's two idols. Anything can happen.
Yeah. First vote goes to Mitsuko. Second vote goes to Sonya Blade. Third vote goes to Mitsuko. Fourth vote goes to Mitsuko. Fifth vote goes to Mitsuko.
Oh, fuck.
Sixth vote goes to Mitsuko. And Mitsuko is voted out in a 10-1 vote.
Ah, fuck.
They threw her to the wolves.
A little bit of fun Japanese language thing. So meets, which it's Japanese for a third thing. And this would be technically the third episode if one or two are together. So in a way, it's kind of poetic, but still screw you.
Yeah. There were very few people there. I was kind of hoping that Sonya was going home. I think she's kind of my filler.
She's
person.
all right.
Yeah, if she goes home, I'm not sad.
I agree.
Okay. Reward challenge, and the Nuku Tribe wins reward. They win baked goods, iced tea, and milk. And the Mana Tribe wins reward. They win chocolate chip cookies.
All right.
And the Nuku Tribe wins for immunity, and so does the Mana Tribe.
Dang.
Wow. Yeah, the Mana Tribe really not losing.
Nope.
Kazuo and Yumiko have a minor disagreement. Yumiko is like, we need to throw that challenge. And Kazuo is like, what are you talking about?
I was like, I don't lose. Well, we don't know. He doesn't talk really.
Yeah. Crow and Kokichi have a major fight.
Because he's being an annoying brat.
Yeah. And Nagito leaves the alliance.
All right.
And Songwoo works hard at camp and becomes tired. And no events occurred on the tribe. Go into tribal.
Let's see what I have no idea.
Yeah, I had no idea. First vote goes to Sonya. Second vote goes to Kaiji. Better not be fucking Kaiji.
I would like Kaiji.
Third vote goes to Kaiji. Fourth vote goes to Sonya. You better go home, Sonya. If Kaiji goes, I'm going to be really mad. Okay, Sonya Blade. Okay.
All right. It's all good.
That could have gone
really invested in her. It's fine. Okay. You can breathe.
Yeah. That was like best, like my favorite person on the tribe and least favorite person on the tribe. So this is good. This is good.
All right.
So Finnick, Kaiji, and Kyoko voted Sonya, and Amanda and Sonya voted Kaiji. So Amanda's in some trouble there, but we got a twist coming up here.
Yeah.
So Song Wu is exiled.
All right, and what does he choose?
He chooses the extra votes. And he
Makes
also
sense.
gets to spend time with Cochrane. Song Wu and Cochrane get to create a diabolical scheme.
I feel like he would benefit a lot from that.
Yeah.
In the sense of like they can not like Songwoo was obviously like, you know, smart, but like when you have two geniuses working together, like they're gonna come up with some pretty good stuff.
Yeah. This could be Song Wu's thing that propels him forward in the game. This could be his hourglass twist.
Yeah. We don't talk about that.
Okay. So our new Mana tribe is Amanda Young, Finnick O'Dare, Joe Tuck, Kaiji Ito, Kazuha Kuriyami, Kiyomasa Senji, and Zoe Davis.
I feel that Amanda's in big danger here. One, because I mean, Finnick already has the idol. He's already kind of like proven to like Kaiji that like, okay, we can vote together. I just don't see it working out too well for Amanda.
Yeah, I can see Amanda being in trouble. We do have a lot of original Nuku tribe members here, so
yeah,
potentially they still stick together. But we'll have to see on that one.
It's tough to say, especially since their travel was so long ago, and I forget where the chips lied.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and the new Nuku tribe is Diana, Kokichi, Kyoko, Nagito, Ru, Yasantwa, and Yumiko.
So kind of the verse, pretty much a bunch of original mana.
Mm-hmm. These are like the exact, it's literally two of your people on a tribe of all mine, and then it's the opposite here. It's crazy. It's been very like evenly dispersing them.
Yeah. So might be one of my people because Song Wu will be taking over. So we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Let's see who wins immunity here. And it is the Nuku tribe wins immunity.
Okay. All right. This is going to be...
This could be tough for my tribe.
This is going to be tough for me.
Kaiji and Kazuo bond slightly.
All right.
That's all that happens. Kokichi and Yasantwa have a major fight. And Diana and Nagito find something in common.
Video games.
Yeah. And Kokichi leaves the alliance of Song Wu and Yasantwa.
All right.
And a new alliance forms between Diana, Kokichi, and Nagito.
Interesting. All right. I can see them doing some damage.
Yeah, this is some Danganronpa people and Zero Time. Both of those games, by the way, were made by the same developer. So
it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. I still think it might be Amanda.
Yeah. I just for the sake of being different, I'll say someone of mine. I'm going to say Joe Tuck.
I wouldn't mind if it's Jill. We both agree that it's a Saw person.
Yeah. First vote goes to Finnick.
Oh.
Second vote goes to Jill.
Better be Jill.
Third vote goes to Finnick. Fourth vote goes to Jill. Fifth vote goes to Jill. Sixth vote goes to Finnick. One vote left. And it is Jill Tuck.
All right.
Wow. Okay, well, I called it. I think it looks like they're still kind of going a little bit by the lines, but let's see who voted for who. So Finnick, Kaiji, Kazuo, and Zoe voted Jill, and Amanda, Crow, and Jill voted Finnick.
So, oh no, Crow's on the outs.
Yeah, and Amanda. Amanda is not voting very correctly so far.
No, just hates Finnick.
Yeah. And Finnick seems to have quite a bit of power in this game, so not good for Amanda.
No. All right.
Okay.
This is the last one before the merge.
Okay. And the Nuku Tribe wins for war. They win 10 pizzas and cold soda.
Nice.
And Nuku Tribe wins immunity.
All right. I'm worried.
I don't like this because it might be Kaiji.
I think it might be. No, I think it might be Crow. Amanda she has a little bit of plot armor right now, so.
And she's impressing the rest of the team right now. But she has a major fight with Kazuo.
All right, come on, Amanda. I'm sorry, but.
And Finnick and Kazuo bond strongly.
Oh, that's not good at all. Amanda.
Song Wu is injured, but gets treated and can stay in the game.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. But yeah, this is not looking good for Amanda. And nothing happens over here.
All right, it better be Amanda. Crow cannot go.
Okay, Kazuo used the idol on Kaiji.
All right. Did he waste it?
Finnick uses the idol on himself. First vote goes to Finnick, does not count. Second vote goes to Finnick, does not count. Third vote goes to Finnick, does not count. Fourth vote goes to Finnick, does not count. Fifth vote goes to Crow. Crow is idled out of the game right before the merge. Oh, I was not expecting that. I was thinking that there's maybe still going to be like a switch there. Oh my. How does this happen? Like, why?
Because God hates me. I love how it's like, all right, it's kind of like Man Ray talking to Patrick Star. And it's like, Man Ray is me, you and I, and Patrick Star is Finnick right now. And we're like, we agree that you don't like Amanda, and Amanda doesn't like you. Yeah. And I now have an ally that also doesn't like Amanda. Yeah, sounds about right. So it might behoove you to vote off Amanda. But it's better to get rid of her allies.
Yeah, but what about Crow? Wow. Yeah, Amanda's got that plot armor all right.
I'm salty.
Oh, that caught me off guard like a lot.
Call me soy sauce. I'm salty.
Okay, let's evaluate everyone's game now that we're here at the merge.
Amanda is lucky AF. I think Finnick is playing a good game. I feel like it might fall a little bit short. I feel Nagito is probably playing the best game. I wouldn't count out Kazuo yet.
Kokichi had some interesting stuff early on with Nam, but has kind of, like, ever since those first few episodes, he's kind of been a lot more silent.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still like a little.
Yeah. That was rough.
Why do you hate me, Brantsteele?
Okay, well, at least we're here at the merge. Everyone here has now at least made the jury.
Good for them.
Rue wins immunity.
Yay.
Good for Rue. Yumiko has a major meltdown.
Oh my god.
Song Wu and Yasanto's alliance dissolves.
That could be bad.
Song Wu joins the alliance of Diana, Kokichi, and Nagito.
So that's probably bad for Yasanto.
Yeah. Yumiko is medically evacuated from the game due to an injury.
I think she just had one too many meltdowns, and this time she just slammed her hand against something.
Yeah, she was like, I want to go to Tribal. And they were like, we're going to Tribal. We're going. And she's like, it's not soon enough. And like bash her head against a tree or something. I don't know.
Good God.
Oh, Yumiko is no longer in the game. Okay.
Well, so we also don't know where people lie. where
Our first two votes were all
inside.
purple, were rock draws. Now our merge vote is a medical vac. Like,
Are we gonna get someone that quits now?
yeah, who knows? Yeah. Group number 1 is Finnick, Kokichi, Kyoko, Nagito, Rue, and Yasantwa. Group number 2 is Amanda, Songwoo, Diana, Kaiji, Kazuo, and Zoe. And group number 2 wins reward. They win a trip to the Marshall's Lounge with a feast of burgers.
Nice.
And Songwoo wins immunity.
Nice.
Good. And Diana finds the Nuku Tribe hidden immunity idol.
All right.
Okay, and Finnick has a major meltdown. Now remember, he's done this before. He started the game by having double major meltdowns.
He better not quit.
Yasantwa is impressing the rest of the team. Songwoo and Zoe have a small fight.
That could be bad.
And a new alliance forms between Finnick, Kaiji, Kazuo, and Kokichi.
All right.
And Rue works hard at camp and becomes tired.
Could be anyone.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that can go home here.
Maybe Zoe. It's tough to say.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Rue did just win that last immunity. Maybe they just try to take out someone who won an immunity. I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, I think the smart move would take out someone like Nagito, because I think he is playing a pretty good game. Has some good alliances. So
yeah, I think that's a fair assessment.
Yeah. No one stands. First vote goes to Amanda. Second vote goes to Amanda. Third vote goes to Rue. Fourth vote goes to Rue. Fifth vote goes to Rue. Sixth vote goes to Rue. Seventh vote goes to Rue. Eighth vote goes to Rue. Yeah, Rue was too good for the merge. Like, she was too nice that it ate her alive. It was her and Kyoko. So Kyoko's on the outs. That's not good.
No.
And she gives the legacy advantage to Songwoo.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
She should have gifted it to Kyoko. Kyoko voted with her. Songwoo voted her out, and then
Songwoo probably didn't let her know, though. That's part of his, strategy.
He told her that, hey, if you give me the legacy advantage, I'll win for both of us.
And it's funny, Amanda and Finnick agreed on a vote, which was kind of, I thought for a fact it was going to be Finnick and someone else.
Yeah,
Finnick
exactly.
and Rue.
Okay, well, Rue, second person out there.
Damn.
Okay, reward challenge. Group number 1 is Amanda, Kokichi, Kyoko, Yasantwa, and Zoe. Group number 2 is Songwoo, Diana, Finnick, Kazuo, and Nagito. And Kaiji does not participate and cannot win reward. Classic Kaiji. I mean, group number 2 wins reward. They win a picnic at the Yasawa Islands.
Nice.
And Kaiji finds a secret advantage hidden at the challenge. And this is the vote steal power. This is also right up Kaiji's, aisle.
All right. Sweet.
Songwoo wins another immunity.
Oh, he's kind of like proven himself. I don't know. Can he keep it up? Or does that put a target on his back?
Yeah, that's the real question. He has a lot of power in this game.
He does.
Amanda and Kazuo will have a small fight.
All right, Amanda has to go. She has survived way too much.
There's no way she survives another vote like this, right? Songwoo and Zoe bond slightly. Finnick and Kazuo bond slightly.
Bond a lot.
And Kokichi leaves the alliance.
All right.
And Kyoko is completely worn out, but is not giving up. So off the last vote, Kyoko was the only person here who was out of the loop. But Amanda is at odds with Kazuo and Finnick, who have a lot of power in this game.
I feel like it could be, definitely it should be Amanda, but I don't know. For whatever reason, they're not.
Yeah.
Kokichi leaving an alliance, especially if they don't have like an event or something to kind of like say what kind of happened for their reasoning, it's tough to say. So
yeah, exactly.
It's tricky.
Okay. First vote goes to Kyoko. Second vote goes to Kyoko. Third vote goes to Kyoko. Fourth vote goes to Yasantwa.
I think it's...
Fifth vote goes to Yasantwa. Sixth vote goes to Kyoko. Seventh vote goes to Kyoko.
Yeah.
Eighth vote goes to Yasantwa. Ninth vote goes to Yasantwa. And Kyoko is taken out. How is Amanda still here?
Plot armor.
Really, like, is she winning this game? Because she should be going home.
I don't know.
Amanda, Diana, Kokichi, Nagito, Song Wu, Yasantwa, and Zoe voted Kyoko. And Finnick, Kaiji, Kazuo, and Kyoko voted Yasantwa. Okay, so this is we're seeing Finnick and Kazuo having not
together.
Yeah, they're still working together, but not having the control.
It's tough to say because. All right, so since it's at 10, we can assess. Amanda surviving. I feel like Song Wu is playing the best game right now. I wouldn't count out Finnick or Amanda. Someone's going to get voted out first, and it's just like where the cards lie.
Yeah, we saw in our Survivor 42, Lydia and Hai fighting it out for so long. And then once Hai wins, Lydia was able to make it to Final Four pretty easily at that point.
Yeah. Other than that, I would say Kokichi, he's still doing stuff. I don't know what stuff, but he's doing stuff.
Yeah.
Nagito is still.
He's been on the right side of the votes, I believe, every time.
All right.
Okay. We still got to see Nagito's idol.
So many advantages.
Yeah. Group number 1 is Amanda, Songwoo, Finnick, Kokichi, and Nagito. Group number 2 is Diana, Kaiji, Kazuo, Yasantwa, and Zoe. And group number 2 wins. They win a trip to a luxury resort with a meal and an overnight stay.
Well, they put Amanda and Finnick on the same team. Of course they're going to fail.
Yeah, exactly. There's going to be no coordination there. And Nagito wins immunity, taking Songwoo's immunity necklace.
I still feel like it can still benefit him.
Yeah. Finnick and Kazuo will have a major fight.
Oh no, this might be bad for Finnick.
Amanda and Zoe have a small fight. Songwoo and Nagito bond strongly. Ooh, that could be a very strong,
dangerous combination.
Diana works hard at camp and becomes tired.
I feel like this is either where Finnick goes or Amanda goes. This has been going on for far too long.
Yeah, they both can't survive another tribal. Okay.
So many advantages.
No one stands. No one's using anything still. First vote goes to Song Wu.
It's not him.
Second vote goes to Finnick. Third vote goes to Finnick. Fourth vote goes to Finnick. Fifth vote goes to Finnick. Sixth vote goes to Song Wu. Seventh vote goes to Song Wu. Eighth vote goes to Song Wu. 2 votes left.
All right.
Ninth vote goes to Finnick. 1 vote left. And Finnick is voted out.
Yeah. He lost to Amanda. Just what?
Yeah, I know, right? Finnick was playing a much more dominant game than Amanda.
Damn.
But somehow Amanda, Diana, Kokichi, Nagito, Songwoo, and Yasantwa voted Finnick, and Finnick, Kaiji, Kazuo, and Zoe voted Songwoo.
Oh, damn. It'll be interesting if Kaiji just makes it to the end, even though he's been wrong almost every single time.
Yeah, it's not been going great for Kaiji, but he's still here somehow. He's like in Jay in Millennials versus Gen X. Somehow Jay like only voted correctly once and made it to final 6. So
It be like that sometimes.
Yeah. Okay. Group number 1 is Kazuo, Yasantwa, and Zoe. Group number 2 is Song Wu, Kaiji, and Nagito. Group number 3 is Amanda, Diana, and Kokichi. And group number 1 wins rewards, and they share the reward with Song Wu and Kaiji. And this is the loved ones.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
And Nagito wins another individual immunity.
All right.
Okay, Kaiji has a major meltdown, and Kaiji and Kokichi have a small fight. Okay, I think he's blowing up his game.
I think Kaiji's gone.
I think he got to see his loved one, but it was actually just a loan shark saying, "Hey, we need you to participate in the game like tomorrow." And
That would
Kaiji's
be-
like, "Oh, okay, let me get voted off real quick."
That'd be actually pretty fun. You're expecting to see a loved one, and then it's someone you owe money to.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Amanda and Kaiji bond strongly though. So he does have the alliance there. And Amanda, Kokichi, and Nagito form an alliance. And then Amanda is injured but gets trained and can stay in the game.
Just Amanda, nothing can remove her from this game.
Yeah, she is apparently very important to the story of the season because she will not go home.
Amanda, why? I think this is Kaiji's time, unfortunately.
Yeah, I have to agree. Kaiji uses the vote steal power on Kokichi.
Okay.
Diana uses the hidden immunity idol on herself.
All right.
First vote goes to Kaiji. Second vote goes to Kaiji. Third vote goes to Song Wu. Fourth vote goes to Song Wu. Fifth vote goes to Kaiji. Sixth vote goes to Kaiji. Seventh vote goes to Song Wu. Eighth vote goes to Kaiji.
He's gone.
And Kaiji is voted out. The loan shark has affected the game.
The loan shark has spoken.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, so Kaiji used both votes to vote for Song Wu, and Kazuo was with him.
Yeah. I mean, Kazuo got into a fight. It was number 1. Now he's just kind of like on the outs.
Yeah, he's in some trouble. Okay. Let's go on to immunity. Nagito wins another individual immunity.
He looks like he's cleaning house.
Yeah. It started like Song Wu was going to be the immunity beast, and now Nagito's taking the reins.
Like, nah, fam. It's me.
Okay, Amanda leaves the alliance of Kokichi and Nagito, and she is completely worn out, but is not giving up. I think this is Amanda's time.
I don't think so. I think it might be Kazuo's.
I think it's either Amanda or Kazuo. I think those are the two most likely. I don't
think it's Amanda. Legit. Even though I want it, it's not going to happen.
First vote goes to Zoe. Second vote goes to Yasantwa. Third vote goes to Zoe. Fourth vote goes to Zoe. Fifth vote goes to Yasantwa. Sixth vote goes to Yasantwa. Seventh vote goes to Zoe. And Zoe is voted out.
Well,
top 8 though, not bad.
Yeah.
Amanda, Diana, Kazuo, Song Wu, Yasantwa voted Zoe, and Kokichi, Nagito, and Zoe voted Yasantwa. Nagito voting on the outs the first time in this game, I believe.
I think because both Kokichi and Nagito were on in an alliance with Amanda. Amanda's like, I'm not playing with you anymore.
Yeah. Nagito finds the Nuku Tribe hidden immunity idol.
All right. He still has advantages out the wazoo.
Yeah, he's got 2 idols.
Yeah.
He's got what he like. If he wanted to right now, he's guaranteed final 5 if he plays one each time.
I can see it.
Song Wu wins immunity. Okay,
All
he's fighting back with this immunity.
This could actually be where Amanda goes home.
Yeah. Diana is impressing the rest of the team. Amanda and Kazuo find something in common, and a new alliance forms between Amanda, Song Wu, and Yasantwa.
Yeah.
As Amanda somehow surviving again.
I feel Nagito is going to play his idol and is going to eliminate Amanda.
Yeah, I think he's definitely using an idol here because he can clearly win immunities. Just play his idols when he doesn't win an immunity now. I think that's his kind of has to be his game plan. No one stands. First votes goes to Yasantwa. Second vote goes to Amanda. Third vote goes to Amanda. Fourth vote goes to Kazuo. Fifth vote goes to Kazuo. Sixth vote goes to Yasantwa. One vote left.
I think it's Yasantwa.
And it is Yasantwa going home. Amanda and Kazuo still here.
Amanda just has plot armor out the wazoo.
I know, right? She's probably coming back for an All-Stars just because somehow she's not being allowed.
Yeah, they just weren't able to get rid of her.
Yeah, she's right. We're going to finale, right? Yeah, she's made it to finale after being fight like every episode. She's been in a fight with someone.
Yeah, I don't know why.
So Kazuo, Kokichi, and Nagito voted Yasantwa. And Diana, Song Wu voted Amanda, and Amanda and Yasantwa voted Kazuo.
All right. So, we also have so I have 3 of my peeps and 3 of yours. We have Amanda Young, Song Wu. We have Diana. We have Kazuo, Kokichi, and Nagito.
Yeah, fun fact, my Danganronpa people and Diana from the same developer, like those are the 3 of the people who are still here.
Yeah. It's tough to say. I feel like Amanda might win this just purely plot. I'd say out
by
of
the edits.
I feel like Song Wu could win this or Nagito. I'd say those are my 2 front runners.
Yeah, I think the most I think Amanda might get to the end as a goat. I think she's fought with a lot of people and probably won't be looked at highly at a jury phase.
Maybe.
But I think that everyone might look at her as we can take her to the end. But
at this point,
yeah, but I think Song Wu and Nagito have the best chances. I'd be interested if they get to the end together too. That would be a good showdown, I think. But if they get there without the other one, I think that one will probably take it.
We'll see.
Okay. So Nagito has both idols. He's guaranteed final 4.
Song Wu is able to get to the next round.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Kokichi wins immunity and shares reward with Nagito and Song Wu. So they win chicken parmesan, spaghetti with meatballs, garlic bread, and key lime pie.
Nice.
Amanda and Kazuo have a minor disagreement.
Probably Kazuo at this point.
Song Wu and Kazuo have a small fight.
It's Kazuo.
Yeah, did Amanda manage to survive another vote?
Yep.
Okay. Song Wu uses the legacy advantage. First vote goes to Kazuo. Second vote goes to Amanda. Third vote goes to Amanda. Fourth vote goes to Kazuo. Fifth vote goes to Kazuo. And Kazuo is voted off. Wow. This is kind of wacky, I gotta say.
So Song Wu was kind of on the outs. This is not good. It's not good.
Okay, you got to take out Amanda.
Don't let her get to the end.
There is a level of, even though you're kind of taking her to the end at this point, it also can kind of seem like she somehow survived this much.
Exactly. I'm like, no, don't let her win.
But Nagito has both idols going into Final 5. See who wins immunity. Nagito wins immunity.
You might just be like, all right, Song Wu, Kokichi, y'all are safe.
Yeah, he really might. Kokichi is impressing the rest of the team, and that's all we're getting. I think he's playing one for Kokichi. I don't know about Song Wu, though.
Diana's going.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to say it.
I'm going to say Amanda. Like, she's got to go at some point. I still think that she's going to go home.
It's going to be Diana.
Okay, Nagito used the idol on Song Wu.
All right.
And he uses the idol on Kokichi. Yep. First vote goes to Amanda. Second vote goes to Diana.
It's going to be Diana, isn't it?
Third vote goes to Amanda. And Amanda is finally taken out.
Damn. I wonder how many votes she actually racked up.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't think it breaks a record, but I feel like...
the thing is that she was getting votes, but it was like only a couple votes per tribal. Like she wasn't getting like 6 votes and surviving.
Fair.
Okay, all right. Final 4.
I feel like if Diana doesn't win, she loses.
Yeah. Okay, let's see who wins immunity. Song Wu wins final immunity.
All right. Positioning himself well. If he was smart, he would take out Nagito.
Finding something in common with Nagito. And Nagito rests at camp to restore his energy.
It's either Diana or Nagito.
First vote goes to Kokichi. Second vote goes to Diana. Third vote goes to Diana.
Yeah.
And Diana is voted out. Yep. These 3 ultimately kind of controlled the game here, I think.
Yeah, I would say out of the 3, I want it to be Song Wu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think this is a battle between Song Wu and Nagito, and I think Kokichi's the GOAT here of the 3.
A little bit. So, come on, Song Wu.
Okay. First vote goes to Song Wu.
All right.
Second vote goes to Kokichi. Third vote goes to Nagito. Fourth vote goes to Song Wu. Fifth vote goes to Kokichi. Sixth vote goes to Nagito. Seventh vote goes to Song Wu. Eighth vote goes to Nagito. Ninth vote goes to Nagito. 10th vote and winner in a 5-3-2 vote is Nagito.
He deserves it. He deserves it. But dang.
Yeah, let's see who voted. Who everyone? We got Finnick, Kaiji, Kazuo, Yumiko, and Zoe voted Nagito. Diana, Kyoko, Yasantula voted Song Wu, and Amanda and Rue voted Kokichi.
Dang. Good win. Good win.
And he wins the fan favorites.
Looks like Don Rampa is just like, if you're from there, you're going to do good.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. I mean, Kyoko, I guess, is the worst performing one.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think of the season?
I think it was pretty good. It's something where I was like, Song Wu, and like, yes, I'm very hurt that Crow got eliminated right before the merge.
Yeah, idle outs.
Yeah.
We started with a double rock draw situation where both tribes had to endure a rock draw.
Yeah. And then Mitsuko's elimination.
I'm sure Yumiko is getting medevaced.
Yeah. There's a lot of upset eliminations. And like Amanda just surviving everything
for way too long. Like she should have been going home like somewhere around here at least, and somehow she makes it to final 5.
Plot.
Yeah. That's what, like day 37 that she's 37 days out there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
let's look at these statistics now. So Song Wu and Nagito tied for immunities. Won.
Nice.
But overall, Song Wu won more challenges because he won more rewards than Nagito. Nagito was considered the most strategic.
That's probably what put him over the edge.
Yeah.
And it was Finnick that got the most.
Yeah, Finnick. Wow. Also, Nagito didn't get a single vote against him this game.
Makes sense.
Yeah, whereas Song Wu had 7, so he did have.
So Nagito's resume was better.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what,
Yeah, I think yeah. Looking at this, like I see the pitch was kind of just like there was a lot more positives overall.
Yeah.
But yeah, Amanda not getting the most votes, only getting 15 votes against her.
Yeah.
As I said, like a lot of her votes against her were smaller numbers.
I think also she was just in more situations that looked bad.
Yeah, sometimes she didn't get votes. She just would start fights with like 2 or 3 people on a tribe and somehow not get any votes.
Yeah. Good God. Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's gonna do it for Survivor Death Games.
Yeah, this one was fun, and I believe this was our final one before our All Stars 10, right?
Exactly. Yeah, and then that will be our last one before we go into our Survivor 42 coverage.
Yep. So stay tuned, guys. It's going to be fun, and yeah, hopefully All Stars 10 is going to be a blast, and we will see you guys in the what's the word? It's not pool. In the draft.
In the draft. Yeah. Our All Stars 10 draft.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys. Have a good week. We'll see you next time.
Adios.
Peace.